Okay, great. I think that login issue has been solved now. Most of you have joined. Okay, so in the first unit, I have already discussed how we can install the packages in R, and I have already discussed how to install R Studio. So you can install R Studio easily by searching about it, and depending upon your operating system, accordingly you can download it for 32-bit or the 64-bit version. And other than that, like we can say, for installing the package also, like some videos, some of the method is there. You can directly command the install package, and other than that you have a list on the bottom of the right hand side. From there also you can basically install any package which you require for your programming. So today we are going to start with the unit 2, in which we are going to discuss all the data types and the data structures which have to be provided in the R programming language which we are going to use. Okay, so this is what, like we can say, with some of the data types, like you must be already aware, like integer type which contains the numeric value. Other than that, character types which contain the alphabetical value, and like other than that there is a string also. If you are aware any of the programming languages, so you must be using all these data types. String is the collection of the character. Okay, for everyone, I'm not audible. Yeah, there was the internet connection breakage. Now, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? Class actually. Again now. We prefer the arrow sign in the R programming language. For the assignment, we basically use the different type of data types which we use. Okay, I'll give you a brief on that in the next class for the unit 1 again. Okay. Okay, now today we are going to discuss the different type of data types which we use. first I quickly move to the topic, other than that my voice get lost again. So basically there are the different type of data types. The first we are going to discuss here is the double. So float, you know, like for any of the decimal value we can use the float and the double here, or are also considered as there are simple numeric value also. So numeric is the data type which we mainly use in R, that can be used for the decimal values also, and that can be used for the like any of the integer value also. So I usually prefer to use the numeric data type. So first I'm going to introduce here the double, like y is equal to 1.4, arrow symbol we use it here for the assignment. For the assignment we basically use the arrow symbol here. Again am I audible now? Okay, so like what we are going to use, like we are going to use the double here. I am assigning two of the values here. You can use the equal to sign here, or you can use the arrow. Usually we prefer the arrow sign in the R programming language whenever we are basically assigning the any of the value to any of the variable. So y and z are the variable here. I am assigning 1.4 value to y, and I am assigning 7.0 plus 13.1 9 to y, z. So in that case we don't need to give any of the declaration of the variable type. It automatically takes like what value you are assigning to that. But we have a function over here which is called the type of x or type of y. So in that case it will give you the output double. So type of x or type of y or type of y, z you will consider. You need to pass the corresponding variable over here, then you will get the type of that. Now if I want to check like whether the 7.9 or the z is a double or not, so for that we have an inbuilt function which is called the is dot double, and we will pass the variable name. It can be like I can pass here z also, I can pass here value. So is it double, then the output you will get here is the true. So this is what like we can say. Similarly, like test, you have assigned some value, is double test, if the variable test is double, then you will get the answer true. So we have the like type with the type of x you can identify. When we have a class function is also there, like we can access here the class of, like class function we also use here z. Okay, so in that case also you will get in output, the output will be double. Okay, so one more function I am telling you here is the class. Okay, so this is what like we can say is double, type of x, and the class function you can know use. And type of x you have used in C++ also, and here also we have type of x or any of other variable, and we have the class function also here. Then integer, like which contain any of the numerical value, we can do the type conversion also here. We can convert any of the value like in the integer, in the numeric or something like that. So integer are the natural numbers like which doesn't take the positive points value. Like n student is equal to as dot integer is equal to 3. So in that case, like I am assigning the value 3 here. This is equivalent to the statement of this. Okay, so n student is equal to 3.0. If integer n student, the output will be true. If integer n student, because 3.0 will be the double value actually, because we have given it in the decimal. So if I run this, after assigning this, if I run this command, so it will give me the false value, because this is not any more integer now. Then n is equal to 3 is integer, n is student, then again it will give you the false value. So this is what like we can say if we want to check like in the previous slide we check is double, here we are checking the is integer or is dot factor or as. Is and as, these two functions are used here, as for assigning the value and is for checking. Yes, ID and password, there you will get all the information related to your class. So here like we can say a3 is the type of integer in R, is something different from 3.0. However, you can mix the object of type double and the integer in one calculation. So like if I am considering x is equal to as integer 7 and y I am considering as 2.0, then we can use it in any of the calculations. So we can divide any of the integer number by the double number. I don't need to do any conversion over here. Then we will move to the complex like number, like which are like minus 25 plus 5i. So we have some sometimes we need to use the complex numbers also. So now, okay. So where we have lost, we were discussing the complex Like complex variable, like when we have some of the combination of the real number, and so in that case we have to use the complex variable. So for that, like as dot complex function is used to assign this value into test1 as the complex variable. So this is again very easy to use. Like if I want the square root of the test1, this is again going to be the complex number. So we can execute, is this number is complex? Yes, it will give you like type of test2 is complex. So these are the simple functions we are using here. First we need to, as for assignment, we are using the as function. For checking like the data type, we are using the is function, and for which we are checking like type of or like test2, we can use the variable we can pass here, and here like we can say I am passing the variable here, and here I am using the like as complex the variable name. Then is logical. Logical means true or false. So in that case, like sometimes we assign the data type as the true or false only. For example, like we can assign it like whether you have taken the loan or not. So we can assign only true and false value. We don't need any other value. Gee. Am I audible now? Okay, so like logical value, you all are getting it. Like, is it okay to conduct it this way? Okay, fine. Even I don't want to linger it on. So here, like logical, when we have the value true and false. So x I am assigning as the complex compound type, like 9, 1.66, and y is equal to, if 3 is greater than x and x is less than equal to 10. So in that case, you will get the value like yes. X is okay. Am I audible now? Okay, fine. So here, like what we are saying, like x is less than 3. So we will get the output true, and x is x is greater than 3. Yes, it is 9. We will get the output true, and x is less than equal to 10. So in that case, we will get false here because the value of x is 9 at the first time. So when we will assign is 166, then we will get like x is greater than 3 and x is also greater than equal to greater than 3. I'm not audible. I don't know what is happening. I conducted the class in the morning. It got very fine. Now internet connection is also proper. not again. Can you hear me now? So it will be 166. Am I audible? Audible? I think only some students are facing this problem. Or all are not, am I? Okay, you all are facing. I think there is some problem at my end. I don't know, even I am not able to figure it out. What's the problem right now? Prabhu, you want me to explain it from the starting? Yes. Okay. So we were discussing the logical data type like x is equal to, we are assigning here as a vector value. The first time we will assign it x is equal to 9 and the second time we will assign it x is equal to 1666. So this is what, like, when we will discuss in detail R further, then we will explore it that this works on the vector value also. So because we are going to be the data scientist now, so we are basically going to work on the vector. We have the large data sets over here on which we are going to work. So this is the vector data type, data structure by which we can assign different values to the same variable. Is it okay now? Am I audible? Can you hear me? Am I audible? That time I'll give you the brief for unit 1 also. Okay, and Pranjal, introduction to data science, 5th unit is already covered. I have finished up the complete subject of introduction to data science. Okay, okay. Introduction to data science. So you can go through with the like archive session of that. And tomorrow we are going to cover the first unit 1 and unit 2 of this R programming. Abhishek, you will get all the details in your login. There you will get all the updated schedule. So you need to log in and enter your login and password. On that, like in the teaching and learning, you will get all tab. You will get all the classes details. Any other doubt related to the classes or the subjects? Yes, Pankaj, say it. Yes, we have already covered unit 1 to 5 for data science. No, actually, this was the problem only on this Saturday. Like, I usually conduct classes on Wednesday. There is no problem related to that. Just confirm we have covered unit 1 to 5. Yes, we have already covered unit 1 to 5 for data science and unit 1 for art programming. But I'll give you the brief of unit 1 of art programming again. audible now? It's the logical, like this is what there was a doubt from you, Praful, that x is equal to c 9,166 will work or not. Yes, it will work in our programming because we are considering it as the vector variable. So if the value is like, there is some condition we can impose here, x is greater than 3. Yes, if the value of x is 9, so we will get the true here. Then there is the AND condition, like x is less than equal to 10. Yes, this is less than equal to 10, 9. So we will get the true here. But in this case, like 166, when the value of this will be 166, so x is greater than 3, yes. X is less than equal to 10. No, this will be the false. So in that case, in case of C, x is equal to 9, we will get the output true because both of the conditions are getting satisfied. But when the value of x is 166, in that case, first condition is satisfied but second condition is not satisfied. So we will get the value false over here. Similarly, x is equal to 1 to 15. So we can basically assign the vector variable like this also, number of elements in x larger than 9. So here will be like x is greater than 9. So in that case 6 numbers are there in this vector which are like basically greater than 9. Any doubt in this slide? Okay, great. So now the next we are going to discuss is the factor. See, factor variable we consider when we can put up this in the different categories. So for example, like we can say, like if I talk about the blood group, so A, AB, O, we have the 3 blood group over here. So in that case, rather than having the value as A, AB, O, we can assign the value to it. For example, 1, 2, 3. Or other than that, like we can say, we can have one more variable like this, if we are basically assigning the income of the people. So we have the low income group, high income group, and middle income group. So in that case, we have the 3 categories. So this type of variables are called the factor. So factor data type is used to represent the categorical variable. The individual code of the value range is also called a label of factor variable, like 1, 2, 3 label we can define. For example, if we have a variable sex, so in that case it will be male and female. So we can assign 1 for male and 2 for female. Because our programming works very well with the factor variable. So whenever we have something like where we can have the different categories, so we divide it into the, we convert it into the factor variable with the function as dot factor. So for example, we have this sex, first value we have male, then, okay, am I audible, Anuja? Then we have the female. No audio again. Wait, let me check. Okay. So in that case, like for this variable, like we can say, we have first value male, female. So in that case, like we can convert it into the factor, like sex is equal to factor sex, male, female. So in that case, we have the different categories, like we have given it into the, we can assign the 1, 2 variable for this, like label sex, female, male. This is the label now, but I am assigning it as the value. So in that case, the first value is 1 for male and 2 value for the female. So first value I had here, male, so I'll get 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. So here I am getting in the output 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I am assigning here as the 1 and 2 labels. So it will appear like the numeric value, though we will not perform any calculation on this, but it will appear as the numeric value, which is easily manageable for the data analyst. Similarly, we can do some more conversion with that, like label sex, we are assigning the male and female, like male, male, female, male, female. We can assign it as the numeric value also, like if you want to perform any calculation on this. So sex dot numeric is equal to as double sex. So in that case, we will get here 2 2 1 2 1. So depending upon the requirement, though we don't need to do this type of calculation in this scenario, or we don't need to convert it, but you can transform any of the factor variable to the integer value variable or the numeric variable also. So any of the type conversion can be provided. Let's say one more example is here, like income, high, low, average, low, average, high, low. So there also you can categorize it as the factor variable. For low I can have value 1, then for average I can value 2, then for high I can have the value 3. So as you can say, high 3, then again low 1 I am getting here, average I am getting 2, then low again 1, and average 2, and then high 3, and then again for low 1. So this is what we can say, this is the way like we can divide, we can convert all the factor variables in the numeric. The basic need for this conversion is that our programming works very well with the numeric variable rather than the like we can say. Yes, you can say it is similar to enum, like, yeah, this is a very good example. So like the enum we do like for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Rather than having those big values, we can convert it into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So similarly, like we have the factor variable, but we don't need to define that, like which value we are considering for what. It automatically assigns the value. So wherever, if it is decided for high, we are taking the 3. So wherever it will get the high, it will replace it with the 3. Okay. Then there is other data type which is called the as date. So date, somehow we use it whenever we do the time series projects like that, like share trading projects and all that. As a data analyst or the data scientist, if I am doing some time series prediction, so date matters a lot. So we have the data type is also here, like temp is equal to first value is this and the second value is this, as dot date, temp will be first value. So in this way we can convert it. Now what is the class? I told you the class function in the first slide also. The data dot class z was, what is the class of z? It is of date type. Like what is the data type for it? Then format. Then z is equal to, we can change the format, is the format of this also, like here I am using the YYY, like then I am using the MM, then DD, but I am converting the format here, changing the format here, where I am using the DD, MM, YYYY. So this is what, with the format function you can change the date format, and like with the date function we can convert any of the data type into the date function. So in this way, the way you keep on using these data types, you will get more familiar with that, and it will become your habit to do all these type of conversions. Then here you can add a number to a date object. The number is interpreted as the number of the day added. So for example, if I have the Z value, then plus 19 days. So after this, like we can say after 19 days, what will be the date? So we can add the calculation, especially we do need it whenever we are basically doing the time series predictions. So if you add 19 in 17th September, you will get 1st of October. You can subtract from one date to another date also. This we can also work. Like we can find out the number of days in between. No, actually not. We are going to do it practically. Once you will install this R programming language or the R Studio, then you can perform all this on your own. And if you have any doubt, then we can discuss that in the OFI session. I'll schedule the online chat session with you. If you have any error or something like that, so you can post it. Yes, for the time database, there's a query like, can we also add time like 2 hours to this stage? So yes, you can add the time also, but for that we need to do some sort of conversions. See, because if we are working on the time series prediction in the shared working so even time matters a lot. Now the next we are going to have here is the like POSIX and the POSIX. So that can be used to represent the calendar dates and the times. You can create POSIX object with the function as POSIX and the function accept the character as the input. So whenever you are using the calendar dates, so in that case T1 is equal to this and T2 is equal to this time. T1 and this, like, you will get the time related to this. So whenever we are doing the humidity production, like predictions, like we are measuring the time series prediction for measuring the humidity in India. So in that case, we can have to take the standard time and the daylight time also in consideration. This is internet connection got lost in between. Now can you hear me? Okay, so see, the queries, like how to install R and all that, can we keep these queries aside? Like first, I want to finish this topic, then I'll take all your queries. Okay, so this is what, like, we can say we will take all your queries in last 10 to 15 minutes. So here, like, we can say there is one more function which we can use, which takes the standard time. It is used to convert the certain character representation of date and time into the another character representation. You need to provide a conversion specification that start with this percentage sign. So like if I'm using the 1st Jan 2019, and then we have to execute this function, and it will convert it into the 2019 0101 and a standard time. So this is a simple inbuilt function. So this is the simple inbuilt function which we can use for changing the format in the date. So sometimes whenever we get the data, from in the data set, sometimes we download it from the website, so we get the date in this format. Then there is the requirement to refine our data set, and we can change the format as per our requirement. This is again inbuilt function. Then passing 4 character dates and 4 character times together. So in that case, if you want to place the time and the date together, then you need to use these functions. So like this is what pasting, like date I have this, time I have this. I need to basically do the like we can say humidity prediction. So during a day there is a lots of change in the humidity. Okay, so in the morning time maybe there will be the lesser humidity, then around 11 o'clock 12 o'clock it will keep on increasing. So this is what we can say for this, like sometimes we need to consider the time and date both. So x is equal to paste date and time. So z is equal to, again we are doing the format conversion over there, so you will get it. I'm using both of the functions which I have already discussed, that is string p time and POSIX at, and this is the way I'll get the output. So we have the date, we have the time, and what was the, and this is a standard time, and what was the humidity level during that time. So these type of data sets, like we can say, this will help you to understand. If you download some, you can download some of the data sets from kaggle.com. You will get lots of data set on this website .com humidity dataset. Or rain prediction dataset. Okay, so for better understanding, you can start downloading these type of data sets from the kaggle.com, and once the data set will be there in front of you, you will be able to understand more the data types you can use in R and how on when the conversion is required. So it's better that you start downloading these data set and first try to understand those data set, then the programming part will be easier for you. I have already pinged it, that is kaggle.com. And there are other websites also, like from the R programming, R Studio have some inbuilt data types also. So you can check that also. Just type like which data set you need, then you will get that data set. You got it, Shefali? Okay, then other data set are there, like we can say data structures we talk about. There till now we were using the scalar and the complex data type. Now we will move to the data structure. The first one is the vector, like C9 and 166 we use, that is called the vector. Metrics also we have, sometimes we need to perform the calculation on the metrics. For example, I gave you the example of this, like if we are doing the like convolution neural network, like we can say now you are using the Facebook, and whenever you upload a photograph, so with your friends, then automatically you get the tagging suggestion in that. So you get the tagging suggestion in that. How does it happen? How can Facebook then can recognize the face of every people in your picture, and it is giving you absolutely correct the name suggestion for that for your friend. So in that case, what this do, like it is taking the pixel value of each and every pixel value for this photograph. So with the calculation of some of the pixel value, it is basically matching this with the already stored photographs, then accordingly it will give you the name tagging suggestions. So there, like whenever we are working on the pixel values, then we use the matrix data structure over there. So matrix data structure, like cat, dog identification data set. Okay, so you can get that cat dog identification data set also, through in which we will basically work on each and pixel value and that form a matrix using the data structure matrix over there. Then array you have already used, like which contains the same data type. Data frame, like somehow when we have the data set, for example, if I consider the data set whether to approve the loan to a person or not. Okay, so in that case I need to have some sort of like we can say data associated with that. What is the credit score for that person? Then what is the, like we can say, account balance of that person. So this is what we can say, the whole data frame, like the whole data set we will convert it into the data frame and we will use the data frame data structure over here. Then time series prediction, we have the different type of data sets. Like time series prediction, mainly the time and the date matters a lot for the humidity predictions, as I already told you. For all of the, like we can say, share broking predictions, time series dataset is used. Then the list, if we have the different same data type, then we can use the array. But if we have the different data types, like first if I need your detail, so I have your ID, I have your name, I have your like we can say course name, I have your like fees details. So data type of each and every value will be different over there. So in that case, I'll assign all your record into the list. Any doubt till now? I hope I am not going too fast. Are you okay with it? Yeah, that's great. First of all, our frequency should match. Okay, so wherever you have doubt, you can pop up your queries. Then first I'm going to consider here as the vector. Vector can be of numerical vector, logical vector, like we consider it for male and female. So when we converted it that, like true false, we can consider it. And for the male and female we can consider logical, which means true and false. Character string vectors, like for example if I have the list of your name